Hey, what's going on, family? How y'all doing to all my subscribers and YouTubers? I just want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of us are not talking about. Um, the bigger picture. Before I came over, it was something that I used to say about the United States and everything that's going on over there. I used to always say that we're so busy looking at the shiny light. And the shiny light, we just keep looking at the shiny light and the noise and the people acting, which we call crazy, but this is how these people are. This is just how they are. They've always shown us this is who they are, and we get in the middle of it, and we try to understand it, and we just can't understand it because it's just a shiny light. It just keeps you distracted. The bigger picture that I've been looking at is I'm looking at since I'm in Africa. I'm kind of looking at the research and the numbers of what Africa is and what it has, and pretty much the race for Africa from other countries. And what I found out is it has 54 sovereign states, 17% of the world's population, 9% of the world's global oil output, 90% of the world's platinum supply. It has 90% of the world's cobalt supply, half of the world's gold supply, 2/3 of the world's manganese. It has 35% of the world's uranium. It has 75% of the world's coltan. And it also has 54 votes in the United Nations General Assembly. Now, think about this. What happened a long time ago from the British Conference when they came and chopped up Africa. This is the same thing that's about to happen all over again. And it's all about the resources of Africa. They would tell you that they're savage here. They're not, they don't know how to take care of themselves, and they're ignorant, that they're not civilized. And it's the same thing that a lot of people are telling me. That's why on some of my videos, they always say, well, watch out for the lions and watch out for this and watch out for that. This is just the picture that has been shown to you. See, the bigger part is they know what Africa is. They know. And at the same time, we have to not fall for the okie doke once again. We fell for the okie doke a long time ago. We haven't recovered yet. And all these countries are coming after Africa because of the resources they want to control. They want to control Africa when it comes to investments, military power, infrastructure, diplomacy, soft power, trade, geopolitics. Every country has its own interest on what they want from Africa. All the stuff we got, all the problems we got going on in America. And I've heard this before. I've heard people say, go back to Africa. Go back where you're from. If all of us came over here and left America, we will control, we'll be the biggest power on the earth. And I know we don't see that because we're stuck in our own little worlds or whatever. But they're coming, they see the bigger picture. We don't see the bigger picture. We see the little bits and pieces that we can get. But if we ever come together and recognize this for what it really is, the British Conference all over again, just come and keep raping Africa. Let's keep taking all the resources. And one thing that kind of scared me was I found out that's why I wanted to open up a processing plant. Is they come get the resources and take it back to their country. Then they process it there in their own processing plants. Then they send it back to Africa. I don't know what it is. The oils, the food, the drinks. You don't know what you're drinking. You don't know what you're eating. We talk about America, about GMOs and all the other stuff, steroids and all this other stuff, sodiums and all this other stuff that's in the food. If you're feeding someone that you hate, you've always hated, and you want to control them, colonize them, all these things, would you send them some healthy food back? Would you try to help them to be healthy? Would you try to educate them? Would you invest in them? Do you even, you don't care about them, so you wouldn't do none of these things. And at some point, I think that we all need to start having this conversation, because this is a real conversation. That is the conversation. All the people in America that got money, y'all need to start investing in Africa, because that's what the powerhouses are doing. I mean, the races between the Chinese and the United States, they got their claws into Africa. I mean, the Chinese have invested $2 trillion. 1 out of every 5 structures, the Chinese is theirs. They got military on the ground. The list goes on and on and on. And if something was to happen to me because of something that I say, look, we need to wake up at some point. We need to wake up. It's a bigger picture. What about our kids and our kids and our kids and our kids? We've been on the bottom forever. The problem is they know who we are, but we don't know who we are. And we're talking about Africa has been colonized by the British and Spain and this person, this country, that country. We have been colonized by the United States. We've been, how do they say, bamboozled, hoodwinked. That's why we all, since I've been here, everybody keeps saying, you know what, Ty, make sure you be careful. Make sure nothing happens. Don't walk down a dark alley. Well, that's not even how it is over here. I tell those same people, you be careful. When you leave the house in the morning to go to work, hopefully you make it to work and make it back. Just looking at this information, it's mind-blowing how a person, they say that Africans are savage. You have to be savage to rape and kill and control people and colonize them and just destroy them, take their history, their language, their spirituality, break up the families, have a whole structure in place to destroy their race and control them. You have to be savage to do something like that. And I'm just saying, people, it's time to wake up. I hope I can start a conversation. This is not an easy conversation, but it's a conversation that has to be talked or brought up. You know what I mean? And it doesn't, to tell you the truth, it doesn't take a genius. I'm not a genius. I don't have a college degree. It doesn't take a genius to get this. But the ones who have these college degrees and this, we're not even talking about this. And the ones that are talking about it, kudos to y'all. Thank you, and keep talking about it. But us layman people, the people that's trying to do this and do that on the bottom ground floor, we need to have this conversation too, because at some point we got to come together and try to get our minds right. And you know, I know as myself, I just came from America. It's some things that I'm dealing with from America, colonization of America, drinking, and I mean our behavior and the way we treat each other, the singleness of me, selfishness, anger, hurt, self-hate. We got to deal with these things, people. We got to have conversations about it. You know, to tell you the truth, I came over here to show people through my eyes and my YouTube channel what Africa really looked like. Well, at least the Smiling Coast. And since I've been over here, I'm having this conversation with y'all because of what's going on, what I see, and all that other good stuff. And you know, to tell you the truth, it's not hard to see it. But I think at some point, we're so used to just ignoring everything and getting smacked on one cheek and turning around. Go and get the other cheek. You might as well. We're in last place. Look, we're in last place in the world. And guess what? The powers that be, they're coming to Africa. They're coming to our home, our place of origin. They coming here because of what we have. We need to understand what we have and come on back and build Africa up. We need to do this. So, I look forward to you guys' comments. This is going to be a good one. Let's have the conversation. Mega Ty, like, share, subscribe. Love being black. Be one.